Good evening, everybody. As you know, today is already more than 190 days that Ukraine is resisting and fighting against this Russian invasion, and some parts of Ukraine have been occupied by Russia already before. And today I want to remind you why occupation of Ukrainian territory is not accepted by Ukraine and should not be accepted by the whole international community. You know that Russia is planning a referendum in Kherson, which is now temporarily occupied by Russia. And you know that this is a violation of international law, first of all. And you know that this is not the first time that Russia is doing this, because you remember that Russia occupied Georgian part in 2008, Russia occupied Crimea in 2014, and Russia now wants to hold illegal referendum in Kherson. It's not acceptable and it's dangerous, but not only for Ukraine, which has its internationally recognized borders, but it's also a threat for the whole international community. Because if Russia occupies Kherson through the referendum, you know that Russia might claim that this is its territory, and Russia might perceive the attacks on Kherson as attacks on its territory, and you know that Russia said that they might trigger nuclear weapons in this case. And you know that nuclear weapons will affect all of us. All of us. This is a big threat. Another threat is that by occupying Kherson, Russia will also restrict the delivery of grain. You remember that Ukraine is one of the largest exporters of grain. And you see that in many countries it's already an alarm. Will we survive this food crisis? And that's why the whole world should not accept this illegal referendum. And that's why the whole world should help Ukraine, not only in a diplomatic way, but also through provision of arms. I know that many people in Italy and in many countries, they don't want to deliver arms. But sorry, this is the only way to retake our lands. Because you know that Russia, when it occupies, it destroys our population. You have seen what happened in Bucha. And we don't know what might happen in Kherson. And we already know that Russia is already persecuting people and killing people in Kherson. We don't want to have another Bucha. We don't want to have another Mariupol. And all of us, we can contribute to prevent these disasters. We can push all of our governments to provide more arms to Ukraine, because our soldiers, they are paying their lives. Believe me, I have my friends who went on the front line and who were lawyers before, doctors before, but they risked their lives. But they need something in their arms. They cannot fight with bare hands. That's why we need arms. We need weapons to liberate our territory, to prevent disaster like it happened in Bucha, in Mariupol, in Irpin. And that's why we need your support. Please help Ukraine. Please push your governments. Because Russia would not stop by words. We have seen what Russia has done already. And if you want to prevent further disasters, we have to act, and act today, all governments of all countries. Thank you very much.